This is my Tektronix 2467B 400MHz analog oscilloscope. I just wanted to take a video of it showing it turning on and operating so that you know that it works. It has a few options installed. It has options 5, 6, and 11. It does not have the GPIB options, port would go right there. But it does have the active probe power ports option installed and the frequency counter option installed. So it only has 20,000-ish hours on it, and it's only been turned on 776 times now. Power supply has been completely recapped, as the cap did blow up on the board, but that's been repaired and it's working again. One of the 3 lights in the scale illuminator burned out. It's the middle one here. So that's been replaced by a 10 ohm resistor so that the other 2 lights will still light, because it's wired like a Christmas tree light set. So if one bulb blows, all of them go out. So I just went through all its self-tests. All the self-tests pass, which I'll show in a minute. But this is the scope right after turning on. Channels 1 and 4 are on, but 1 and 2 with probes on them. So all 4 channels do work, which I'll show here. There's channel 1 and 2 there, moving up and down. It's triggering on channel 1 here. So turn 2 off, turn 3 on. So there's channel 3 there. Moves up and down real nice. The waves move back and forth. So I don't think this has the U800 problem that a lot of people seem to encounter. And then put channel 4 on. So then there's channel 4. Moves up and down. There's the scale illuminator all the way off, all the way on. So even with one bulb burned out, it still looks pretty nice. You can change how bright the text is. Looks like the knobs are could use a little cleaning. And you can change the focus, of course. And the intensity of the waveform. It has a bunch of measurement readings it can do. So I'll go into the test mode. Okay, so here it is running all its tests. So you'll notice it says all tests pass. Well, if it focuses, there we go. So all the tests pass. And then go to the power on hours, which is here. So you can see there are 20,216 hours on this unit, and 776 power on offs. Those numbers haven't been tampered with at all, so that's the real hours on the scope. It probably only has about 10 hours since the caps were replaced. So get out of this. And that puts it back into measurement mode. So you can do all your calibration or scope calibrations from that menu if you have all the equipment to do it, or you can send this out to be calibrated. This does not have a current calibration on it. It appears to work like it would work well for hobbyists, but for a real work environment you'd probably want to get this calibrated. So I think that's kind of it. You can do all sorts of crazy triggering with this, which I'm not really familiar with how to use these features. I'm used to the digital scopes, but you can do some pretty interesting things with the way this can trigger, and if your two signals are of completely different frequencies, you can trigger on one and still see the other one. So there's all sorts of stuff like that you can do with it. Volts per division and all that work well. I was having trouble triggering on the really low signal. Channels 3 and 4 only have 0.1 volt or 0.5 volts per division on them, whereas channels 1 and 2 have the full range. So I think that's kind of it. So again, this is the Tektronix 2467B. It's a 400 MHz bandwidth analog scope, and to the best of my knowledge, it works pretty well.